Hello!
Hello!
And welcome back to Nonsense Hammer, where nonsense has already started. Happy April 1st!
Happy April Fool's Day!
Is this bad luck? Because it's not April 1st that's filming of this, because obviously we couldn't film and put it out immediately.
I think it's bad if we do it after 12:30 on April 1st.
Yes, which if you're watching as a point of release, don't worry, at 12:30 or around then, the actual video for today comes out.
Yes, that's what you need to do. It's
Yes.
12 o'clock, you need to put the next video up.
That's fine. Around 12 o'clock.
Oh, sorry, it's photos from one of our previous games and they look really good. I'm so good at photos.
Yes. So at 12 o'clock you'll be getting the normal release for today, which will be episode 2 of Our Path to Glory, where you'll be seeing the Ogre Moor tribes trying to deal with
Nathan
Shadrock, the undefeatable.
He is defeatable. I think he was defeated last time.
We can't speak to what happens in that video because that'd be spoilers.
No, I meant in the first one.
No, he wasn't defeated in the first one. Because you left one man.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah, go see if the Ogre Moor tribes are a little angry with that big dragon. And go see...
killed, he's unkillable.
See Game 2 in Our Path to Glory, where after feedback we've had already from episode 1, we're looking to continue the full run as Ogre Moor tribes versus Stormcast Eternals. However, if the dice should play the way that it might, and one of those armies die, I'm sure we can discuss the plans of, is it we replace that army, or anyway. But enough of that, let's talk about what's happening for April 1st. So, in front of us and in front of you as we start to do that little panning thing that we did, we have 2 armies of 1,000 points. Well, they might not look like 1,000 points if you look at them and go, but that's Stormcast in a very unpainted Skaven list.
Yeah.
At least the Skaven aren't broken.
Can we take a minute for this guy?
Oh my god.
That's Big Kev.
Big Kev needs to be retired. I'm going to buy you new Stormcast at some point.
Yeah, he's flattered.
Yes, I don't think the spear's meant to bend that way.
I don't think he's not very good at killing.
So, we have 1,000 points of armies. I will go over what I have for the Skaven list. So, Skaven's list, quote unquote, is a Grey Seer as the general, a set of Rat Ogres.
Which is the Grey Seer? The
Grey Seer is what you refer to as the broken one, because he broke that one time I played. Because push fit fall apart when you drop them.
Most of them do when you drop them.
Anyway, so we've got the Grey Seer as the general.
Yep.
We have, in his regiment, we have Thanquil, which is impossible already.
Which one's Thanquil?
Thanquil is the big boy with the guns. We've got a set of Rat Ogres, we have a Warp Blaster, and we have 1 set of 20 Clan Rats, or 2 sets of 10, because I'm going to be getting you to play something else with these proxies, as it's April Fool's, as we've talked before. This list here isn't actually going to be Skaven. Emma's about to find out what they are live on camera in about 3 minutes, as she explains to us what I've got to play. What's the Stormcast looking like?
We're panning with this.
Yes, I'll be doing that scanning bit so we can see things.
So, you know the Stormcast, so this isn't new to you, but you have 2 sets of 5 Vindictors. You have 3 sets of Annihilators with hammers. You have Lord Relictor.
Hardly know her.
And you have Lord Impertinent.
Lord Impertinent. Lovely. The man who, if it doesn't go down in 4 hours, seek medical advice.
Yeah, exactly. Little blue pill. That guy.
So
yeah, it's a short and sweet Stormcast list. I don't actually know how many points it is in Stormcast.
I don't know what points they would be for Skaven, because obviously we've had to write 1,000 points of another army. Would we like to swap envelopes now? And
so what we've done is we've written a list for each other using existing models from one army. So I've used Stormcast only, you've used Skaven only. We've put together a list for an army.
You've said that aloud at least 3 times now.
We don't know what it is until we open these envelopes. I say open this envelope, you just slotted it in.
You can't see what it is.
I can't, until we get these pieces of paper out of the envelopes. So, should we find out what we've design for each other.
Yeah, let's find out. The only thing that we know is that I've created you a Death Army.
And I've created you a Chaos Army.
So we didn't accidentally create the same armies, and we also asked one another which models. So I asked you what models would you need, so I knew what not to use.
So you knew that you couldn't use the Stormcast. I knew that I couldn't use the Skaven.
And then we tried to. So when we made the limits of these, the proxies had to be from the same army. So I couldn't use my my ogres and some of my ard boys.
So it made making a list slightly easier because you were like. Because you were limited to, it has a 40mm base, so.
I hate you.
The Asiarch Bone Reapers!
I'm playing the Maggotkin of Nurgle. Great. Well, so shall we read out? We'll do the same panning shot, and then we'll have a cut here where for you lot, seamlessly we'll move into deployment and what the game we're actually playing is. And for us, we're about to go have 20 minutes of reading and crying over what we're going to have to play. I hate Maggotkin.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, can I have Death Guard when I buy my next army for 40k?
Yeah, sure you can. Yeah.
The Maggotkin army.
Do you want me to read mine out first?
Yeah. Well, so like I said, I've got a Grace here.
Should we switch places now?
Yeah, let's swap places. This is so chizé.
I love it. Right.
Right, tell me about my Skaven that I've made.
So my Grace here, that's the broken one, isn't it?
Yes.
It's actually a Mortizan Soul Reaper and is my general.
Mm-hmm.
2 sets of 10 clan rats are actually Mortek Guard. The 3 rat ogres are Necropolis Stalkers. Thanquol, it's the big guy, right?
Yes.
Thanquol is a Gothizar Harvester.
Hardly know her.
And the Warp Blaster is your Mortek Crawler. All of these are in a single regiment, but for the Crawler, which is an auxiliary unit. I am 970 points. Your battle formation is Mortek Phalanx. Once per turn in your movement phase, you can pick a friendly Mortek Guard, which are the little ones that has been destroyed to be the target. Roll a dice, and on 5+, you may set up a replacement unit with half the models that are originally anywhere on the board, as long as it's 9 inches from enemies. General has the Load of Saturation, which gives them a 5+ ward. They also have Diversionary Tactics, which gives them a -2 to charge rolls of enemy units within 12 inches of them.
You haven't even given me a good loadout. I've got a 5-drop rather than a 2-drop.
You got a 5-drop only because, right? So I made this list online, and so a lot of Nurgle are 40mm. However, they split themselves into Rot Bringers and Demons. So I picked one and went exclusively Rot Bringers.
That's fine. We'll find out what it plays like in a minute.
You do not have a Feculent Gnarlmaw.
Oh. You don't have the annoyingly disgusting GW, please fix it, Asiarch Bone Reaper terrain piece either.
Fair. Okay, well, I'm glad neither of us have got.
Because I didn't want to give you an item that basically just kink shames me every round. But that's
So you don't have that.
So my army is we've got a general's regiment led by the Lord Relictor, who is actually the Lord of Plagues. Ooh. That's going to be an easy swap over. He has the artifact of power of the Witherstave and the heroic trait of overpowering stench. I have 2 sets of Vindictors in that regiment, for 1 set of Putrid Blight Kings. You gave me 2 sets of Blight Kings.
I gave you 2 sets of Blight Kings.
I'm so sorry for what's about to happen.
That's okay. I don't know what any of these play like, so it was fun.
I've only ever played these once in 3rd edition, and I think it was the Blight Kings that basically wrecked shop. Anyway.
But this got quite hard at one point because there was something that needed 60mm, and I was like, I don't have anything in Stormcast that's 60mm. So our armies might not be the balanced list you would make yourself, because if you're making this list for yourself, you would have free reign over what models to buy. So we are restricted slightly in terms of what we can do. But
and then I've got I've got 1 of a regiment, which is a Gutrot Spume, played by the Imperatant, and then I've got 3 auxiliary units of Nurglings.
I don't actually know what any of those are.
Nurglings are a little pile of demons that block up the board.
They're pretty big though.
They're very silly.
They're 40mm.
Yes, I've used them. I've played Death Guard in 40k once or twice, and they basically just tell you can't do things. They're really annoying. Anyway, so I'm also 970 points. I've got 5 drops. I'm going to go read what the Maggotkin of Nurgle do now in 4th edition. And you're going to go learn about Ozark Bone Reapers, otherwise known for me as the Fire Slayers of Death, because they literally have the Urgold runes or the like relentless disciplines.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, back in a moment. We'll see you for deployment and game of Border War. Bye.
Bye.
Hello and welcome back. We have read our armies. I have cried. I had to do
I
makeup
have cried,
again.
just inwardly.
You've got quite a cool army.
Yeah.
Personally, I very much like the
Don't know how they play.
I know I'm being rude when I say that. You're allowed to not like Ozark Bone Reapers as much as I don't like Maggotkin. And again, it's more I just don't like the models. I think the rules are quite cool for Maggotkin. The few times I've played them in both 40k and Age of Sigmar, it's just I don't like the Anyway,
I'm watching the orcs on the TV behind you.
my old little gore grunters. I'm so proud of them.
There was a close-up of Rhino.
There's Rhino, big boy, and then shortly after that,
Small boy.
one of the Leggy Pete's or Steely Dan's. Anyway, so we're playing Border War. We are playing the matched play First Blood set from the core rulebook, just so we don't have to worry about having to do General's Handbook and stuff like that over the top of this. We are scoring as follows. You've got 2 points for one objective, 2 points for 2 or more objectives, 2 points for more than your opponent, 4 points for your battle tactic. We've got the generic universal battle tactics, but we don't have the Grand Alliance specific ones. The twist for Border Wars is that your opponent's home objective is worth 2 extra points, and if you're the underdog, the border objectives are also worth an additional point each. I believe you're still capped off at 10, so you can't go up like stupid.
You'd only be able to go up another 16. Well, yeah, but it wouldn't work anyway, because you'd still get 2 or more, 1, 2 or more than your opponent.
And 4 for your battle.
And 4 for your tactic, yeah. So
and so if you don't control more than certain things, we'll just play the points. So
we'll just play.
I can't remember the rules anymore.
Don't worry
we'll look
about
at
it.
this in a minute.
Oh, they're
anyway.
fun men on TV.
Hi, men. My little lead belchers. Anyway, so we have deployed, as you can see on the board. So for my army over here, I've just put the Blight Kings in the middle with the Lord of Plagues. I've stuck the Rotsboom next to them, and then I've just flanked with some Nurglings because I didn't really know what to do with them, and the spicy part of my brain likes symmetry. And then Emma, how have you deployed your boys?
So I have let me zoom out, I was too zoomed in then. So this big thing here is Gothazar Harvester, which I have noted on a post-it note as Thankwall the Massive Fucker, so I remember who he is. My Warp Blaster Cannons here. I have my, Mortisan Soul Reaper there, with 3 Necropolis Stalkers in front of him, and then flanking them we have a set of 10 Mortar Guard.
Yes.
Either side.
So, I was the attacker, but due to my 5 drop, you have won priority.
Yes.
Who will be going first in round 1?
I will be.
Okay, well, with all that said and done, let's get in. We'll be back in a moment after Ozark, not Skaven, turn 1. Bye.
Opening number for the Ozark Bone Reapers, and because all my sheets are over that side, I can't remember what anything's called. But
I'll guide you.
We took the tactic of Seize the Centaur.
Mm-hmm.
So my big guy.
That'll be your Mortisan Soul Shaper.
My Mortisan Soul Reaper.
Yes.
Went to the middle, and so did the
Necropolis Stalkers.
Necropolis Stalkers. They both ran to get to that middle. And they did it. Moved my guns.
So your Mortec Crawler.
Mortec Crawler out a little bit to shoot, because he's got 24-inch range. We tried to shoot your hero here and couldn't because of guarded hero. Nonsense. My 2 sets of Mortec guards came out and ran. One managed to run onto an objective. One ran just shy of the objective. Although, yep, just shy of the objective. Although I think he's actually on it.
No, please, dear viewer,
But it
comment
doesn't
if I'm being
matter.
unfair.
Doesn't matter because Thankwall
Otherwise known as the Gothicar Harvester.
did get on it.
Yes.
So everything's out. The Mortec Crawler did some shooting. It shot these Nurglings over here. It's managed to kill one. What?
I'm just assuming.
Oh, it's managed to kill one. And that was it. We couldn't do shooting with the other things that could shoot because they ran. We can't do charging because they ran and because most of them are too far away. So there's no combat. I'm not sure if I have any end of turn abilities, but I can't remember. Oh, at the beginning we cast a spell to give these guys here, Necropolis Stalkers, critical hits on 5s instead of 6s until the start of my next turn. And that's that. So it's a full 10 points for 1, 2 or more than your opponent and your tactic.
Excellent. We shall be back in a moment for another short and swift round 1, hopefully, where I won't try and kill you and table you for turn 2.
Kill me.
I mean, I don't know what this army does because you've built me a list that I don't know, and I've never played the Magotkin in 4th edition. So I mean, I've only played one game of them in 3rd edition, and that was for the bunker game where I tabled you. So we'll see how they do. Back in a moment.
Bye.
Hello. Welcome back.
Once more with feeling.
Welcome back to why I didn't want to play this game.
Turn 1.
I went for the Magotkin of Nurgle are going to try and table and didn't really do well. I took Slay the Entourage and thought I'll try to take out the biggest problem on the table, in my opinion, which was the Necropolis Stalkers. The Necropolis Stalkers have been battered a bit.
Okay, so you deleted 2 of them.
Yes.
There's now 1 left.
Yes.
And he is on 2.
Yes. But it took a considerable amount of energy to do it. So basically what I did was I moved everything forward. I should have spent the point to reroll there, but also no. I charged in with 1 set of Blight Kings and the Lord of Plagues. My Gut Rot Spume died thanks to the not the Overwatch, the covering fire of the Mortec
Crawler.
Thanks to some key things. I tried to charge everything in. Only got the 1 set of Blight Kings in. Got 1 set of the Nurglings in. Nothing happened over here. Had a bit of a Barney in the middle where we tried to kill as many as you would imagine Necropolis Stalkers as possible. Managed to get 1 down to 3, and then did the blessing of Nurgle, blessed by the Plague Father, infected everyone. Then used Racked by Disease to do the D3 2-up. This rule is everywhere in 4th edition. It is literally the Maggotkin of Nurgle disease. Or something like that. And gave everyone free mortals. So that's where we left it, with that model in the middle on 3 wounds. Yeah. So I went, you know what, I've got 1 CP left, I'm going to power through, do 3 mortals. Thought, this is it, I've got my tactic, I can't score, but I've got everything else. And then he warded 2 of them.
He did. Look, we'll show you, this is the ward roll. They have a ward of 6. And they had to ward 3. There you go.
So I got a measly 1.
But also, I was scared you were going to kill my hero, who is now down to 1 from 5. He only starts on 5. He's fairly weak for a hero.
Yeah, he's more of he's a bit like the Skaven, and a bit like with other things that, like the Fleshy Courts, when you've seen me do bits.
He gets a bit buffed by being within combat distance of the Necropolis Stalkers.
He's a utility wizard, not a fighter. But for your list, because I'm aware that you struggle with learning a new army quite quickly, not to be rude when I say that,
made me basic.
I gave you the Spearhead with a bit of an adjustment because we didn't have enough to do Cavalos riders and.
But let's be honest. I tried to all out attack him back, and then you rolled something and said, "You don't get to do it, but you've still spent the point." And I don't know what that was.
Stench, roll a dice on a 5 up. The command has no effect.
Oh yes, that.
The point is spent, and so on. Right, so it's 10-1 in your favour. Let's roll off to see round 2.
That's early. Ha 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 ha.
6.
5.
There is no problem with double turning in the blood pack, because the first blood pack, because I was looking to be like, there's got to be something here. But even if we use the General's Handbook thing of seizing the initiative, I am below 6 points, so I can double turn and take a tactic. Okay. So I will be taking the double turn.
I get to sit down for longer.
There you go. So back in a moment for Maggotkin of Skaven, Maggotkin of Stormcast, turn 2. Bye. Hello and welcome back to turn 2 of the Maggotkin of Stormcast. The Maggotkin
Eternals. Oh.
Grandfather's Blessings. So I went for the tactic of take their land. Thought I'd take this nice little shiny boy here. As you can see, I have taken it.
You have taken it.
I essentially just ran everything into that unit of Mortek Guard over there.
Yes.
And I ran the Nurglings over there into the other set, so I could try just lock up that objective. And then I ran the Lord of Plagues into the Mortek Crawl to stop him shooting. Unless he has shooting combat, and it's all been for naught.
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
No, he hasn't.
That's fine. Whilst I just do some surgery on a little rat ogre.
So
Call me Master Molder.
My hero died.
Yes, he did.
Oh my god, what was his name?
Necropolis Stalker?
No.
The Mortison Soul Shaper?
Soul Reaper was here.
Yes, he died to the White Kings.
The Necropolis Stalkers have also died, all of them.
Yep, that was due to the racked with disease.
There, in heaven, just living their best lives, apart from the 1p fixed by Steve. Mortek Guard did surprisingly well. So they did 13 damage.
Yep.
And then you warded
A lot.
of them.
I think I took 5 in the end.
Yeah, something ridiculously
Which,
low.
because of the dumb that is Nurglings,
Yeah.
only one of them died.
And so there's a lot, all of that 10 are left, but over here we only have 5.
Nurglings are very much a gumming up the board annoyance rather than
Yeah.
actually a useful
They
unit.
just don't die.
But in that, they are a useful unit. But yes, so I keep my home objective.
Yeah.
I take this objective over here through sheer willpower. And thanks to the plagues of everyone now being diseased, thanks to blessed by the grandfather, we have managed to take quite a bit of things away from the Bone Reapers. I'm aware you've unfortunately forgot about your relentless disciplines.
I have not been using any of these.
But also, yes. Again, it's the first time you've ever played them. It's the first time I've ever played Maggotkin and Nurgle. I literally forgot to do my actual, like, Plague Cyst thing.
So, I mean, because I've not used them, because I've not thought about it, I might just ignore that.
You're welcome to it. I think there are some useful things in there that will be useful. They're basically command traits without the use of points, if I remember rightly.
I'll have to have a look.
So, have a quick read through them, because we're going to have to do a quick pause in recording. You won't know that. But for us, we need to take a quick break. With that, we finish the turn with 1, 2 or more tactic. So that gets me 8 points.
Oh yeah, 8
and
points.
And then because I'm the underdog, I get an extra point for that one over there, giving me 9 points in total for the round, and bringing us to 10-10 at the end of Maggotkin turn 2. However, I'm about to get slapped by the efficiency of Kataros's monsters.
Yep.
Back in a moment for Ozark Bone Reapers turn 2. Filming.
Well, that was stupid. Welcome to turn 2 of the Ozzy Bone Reapers, in which I went second because Steve did a dick move, and we got 2 points, well, 4 points at the end for getting 1 objective and 2 or more. Didn't get more than my opponent and didn't get my tactic, which was going to be hard to do anyway because I'm almost tabled. So yeah, I chose Do Not Waver to have 2 units fight and no units die. It was the only one that was even remotely possible because I couldn't get out of combat with everything. Your hair's doing crazy things behind the camera and it's very funny. So, yeah, that was what she wrote. It was like, there's not much more. Like, you killed my Mortek guard that were over here on your left. You are finding it hard to kill my cannon and my big boy because they keep warding. I keep rolling quite well at warding, so they're not really taking anything. And then you've killed some of those Mortek guard over here, mostly by powering through. I think you killed 2 by doing that. So
those Nurglings are just doing their work over there.
Yours are just really hard to beat down. So
grandfather knows best.
Yes, which I did read today that Nurgle is the socialist god because he just cares about everybody being treated fairly. So he's socialist as far as the gods go. But we don't bring politics into this because we're not politic people.
Politics in a war game?
What? That's crazy. Do you know, I want to play Warhammer with a big stick where you push your armies around and you go, I want to put him...
We want to fight them on the beaches.
Yeah, I'm going to move
fight
him
them in the seas.
5 inches. Very good, War Master General. But yeah, that was it. So 4 points. I'm on 14, you're on 10. But we're about to go into round 3. Should we roll off to find out who's going first?
Are we stealing each other's dice?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Ooh, I'm using the
I got
cursed
one. Oh, no.
Stormcast dice.
Yeah, but they're rolling really well. Oh. I got 1, you got 1.
Say again, just for the camera, straight face.
They're rolling really well. Just not now.
Anyway,
So you went first
I went
last
first. I will take the double turn, or not double turn. I will take turn
You're gonna go
priority.
first? Yeah.
Yes, and we shall see what happens at the end of this, because I think potentially I'm going to table you.
Judging by what I've got left, yeah.
Well, if we go on the concept, right, of if you're happy to do this, Blight Kings run into the back of Fanquil,
Yes.
kill,
Yeah.
or potentially, obviously we'll roll it.
Yeah, we'll say.
Blight Kings run over here, kill.
Yeah.
Mortek Guard sit to watch and...
We'll say, though, that in my next movement, I'm going to bring some Mortek Guards back.
It's very true, but I've got
and
to...
land them there to take your objective.
That's very clever.
And also, if you kill the cannon from that side, I still have that objective, so you need to move around to take it.
I know.
But yeah,
Let's see what happens.
let's see what happens.
I have plans.
I don't.
We will play it normally rather than talking now, but that talk out is basically what's going to happen.
Let me
Let's see
get
what
my big
happens.
war stick.
Back in a moment.
Push. Bye.
Hello. As you will potentially see if Steve's put some edity things in that, we kind of talked out the last round because it just kind of fell apart.
Well,
I went for take the flanks, so ran my lone Nurgling and the 2 Nurglings over here to the flanks, and then the Blight Kings came in and helped the Lord of Plagues deal with that Mortek Guard. The Mortek Crawler, and the 4 Blight Kings here came and dealt with the Harvester.
yep.
And then Emma, not having anything other than the 6 Mortek Guard on the table, just basically talked out that what she would do is run in to kill my lone Nurgling, which was on the objective,
Yep.
and then bring down 5 onto this objective over
He's
here.
very dead. Fall down.
The 5 objective, bring back these 5 Mortek Guard onto my home objective.
Yep.
With that, it would end the round with 20 to 19 in Emma's favour, due to the fact that hang on, that's not right. Stephen didn't do maths right. I got 12 points on my. No, it is right. I'm losing my mind here. So it ended with 20 to 19 in your favour at the end of that turn. But you only had 1 unit left on the board because I countercharged with the Blight Kings and then killed the remaining Mortek Guard.
Mm-hmm.
So that would end us basically with this objective being mine, that objective being yours, this objective being mine, and that objective being yours. So you get 2 you got 2, and you got
Special points because
special
one's
points
in
for
your
taking
area.
this one. Yep. So 6 points plus another 8, I believe it is. 1,
No,
2,
no.
not more. 1, 2, not more. So that's 4 points plus the 2 points for the special, making it 6. Yes. So 19 to 20 in your favour. And then, like we said, we rolled off priority to see what would happen in the last round. And because I won priority, the whole plan would be that both sets of Blight Kings would just come flying into this remaining set of Mortek Guard. The Plague Lord would run onto the objective over there, getting me 12 points and therefore 31 to 20 as you'd be tabled and couldn't do anything in that last round. And also adding the tactic of attack on 2 fronts, so taking this objective back and taking that objective over there, therefore finishing the game.
Yeah. Okay. How did you find the April Fool?
I don't like April Fools, so I don't want to...
Aussie Ark Bone Reapers, I forgot my Relentless Disciplines.
and your hero disappeared very quickly.
Yeah, so then I couldn't do any of them. But they were remarkably easy to pick up and play. Because I struggle with armies and learning rules. And they were generally pretty easy and didn't actually have that much to remember. So, I like that. I don't think I like the way they look, so I don't want them as models.
That's the same. I mean, that was the same problem for me with Nurgle in 3rd edition, where I actually enjoyed some of the rules of Nurgle.
Yeah.
And looking at what I've got here, I don't really care for them now.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be upset if someone went, "You can't play Nurgle ever again." Like, I'll just keep playing the armies I do enjoy.
Yeah. My favourite Death Army is still Soulblight Gravelords.
Yeah. I do think that if it weren't for the fact that I wanted something different, Aussie Ark Bone Reapers would be the Death Army I'd collect, because they're basically Fire Slayers in Death.
Yeah.
The Relentless Disciplines is basically Urgold runes. They have 4-inch move and they're just a moving army that just returns things with heroes.
Yeah.
You have very limited model range, so therefore you can just go, I'm going to pick... I have to take the auto-include of Catacross, and then I'll add my own flavour of, I want to use the Archai, or I want to use the Necropolis Stalkers, and then you build towards that.
Yeah.
Like with Fire Slayers, where you go, I want to play Volkite Berserkers, or I want to play Half-God Berserkers, and build that way.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. What did you think? I know you've just...
Sorry, the ghost on the TV is floating.
I know that you've just said about how you felt about Aussie Ark Bone Reapers, but how did you find the April Fool's game?
It was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed the nature of not knowing what my army was until I had to deploy it. That was interesting.
I liked playing something I have no experience of playing.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And it's also that good thing of, like, because obviously we want to build more stuff for the channel, and God's help us, money is not going to like that. And also space. But,
I don't know where we're going to put stuff, but
we've basically just ticked off 2 armies and go, is this an army we'd want? No, Maggot Kid and Nurgle I don't want. I want Mortarion in the 40k universe just because I like the model, but the army, even then, I'm like, meh, the demons can live. I was also enjoying the fact that this forced me, I was trying to paint the Skaven next anyway, but actually going, right, so the Skaven now, I'm closer to having the Skaven ready for the table as well.
Yeah.
Because I've literally got a 2,000 point army now. I just need to paint everything and also finish making the gnaw holes.
Yes, you
do. So thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for writing your list.
Thank you for writing your list.
Woo. We did good.
I hope you never make me play Nurgle again.
Do you remember when we did something last year and I made you play Caradron Overlords?
Yes, that was the proxy game last year where you won the Christmas game.
And then you were going, quite recently you've been going, oh, Caradron Overlords are quite good.
Not that they're good. I want to run... I got Grombindle, the White Dwarf model, and there's an army of renown in the White Dwarf where you can run both of them. Unfortunately, you also have to run cities of Sigmar dwarves as well, so I need to get more dwarves to do it. But it's a fun idea, and I'd like to play around with seeing like a mixture of... because of Nonsense Hammer is always going to be nonsense, and this being the first of the month, we're always going to do those narrative games of, I know the rules say this, but what if they didn't? Or we like the idea of what happened if Stormcast was for... What happens if Sigmar said no and you couldn't return from the ground, or you couldn't do things? And you could play with those narrative concepts. One of the things I was thinking about the other day as we've been looking at your collection of Daughters, and I've been looking at Slaves to Darkness. We've got the old Broken Realms book of Marathi,
we have, yes,
which tells you to play Marathi Kane's army versus Slaves to Darkness and Idnef Deepkin. And it's like, what happens if you take a narrative from the books, not just the game books they've written, but like if you take like the Roundgate Wars or Skaven Tide, and you go, let's actually play out the narrative and see what happens and have fun and create our own narratives. which is what this first of the month is kind of playing around with. We're currently doing the Path to Glory, but if you have any ideas or any things you'd like to see, let us know. If you want to see any armies that you want to see up and coming, the Flesh Eater Courts are nearly all painted, but still need to buy a couple of points to bring them back to a full 2,000 point.
Yep.
The Skaven, likewise, just need to finish painting. The Caradron Overlords aren't happening. We've got...
But in a year or so, expect to see Nurgle out.
We've got all the Iron Jaws and Cruel Boys. We've got the Fat Boys from the Ogres. We've got your Stormcast. We've got Fire Slayers. We've got Sylvaneth. We've got Daughters up and coming slowly but surely. I imagine at some point with the new sort of like Gravelords release, you're probably going to get excited about that. Let us know what you want to see. I will be completely honest.
I'm going to put some more photos on this slideshow though.
Yeah. I will be completely honest, I've got major burnout with painting and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't want to paint anything right now.
It might be a long process.
I'm currently buying things from eBay that are already painted so I don't have to. And then just maybe changing the bases so they match.
But yes, if it's something that you guys want to see, let us know and we'll happily work towards it, or at least give you as close as possible as we can.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let us know what you want to see. We'll see you again either in 3 hours or so when you go and watch the next episode of Path to Glory.
Yep.
Or in 15 days' time, on the 15th of April, where you'll be seeing us play the next game in the General's Handbook.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know what we're playing in terms of armies because we just kind of throw them together. I'm probably going to be playing Iron Jaws because I want to try work out a list for Northern Invasion, which is in July. And I don't want to have to buy an entire new army of Slaves to Darkness because I want to play Slaves to Darkness, but I can't afford to buy a new army.
Oh, it's okay.
Unless anyone wants to go fund me and go to Coffee.
Go to coffee.com/nonsensehammer.
Get us money, and all that money will go on updating the table for, I think, new tables, new mat.
Yeah, we've had these tables for a couple of years.
Getting new bits, and then once we've got those new bits, potentially using that money to pay for armies and stuff like that, including Slaves to Darkness, because I want to play them.
Yes, you do.
Evil Stormcast.
You have the book, so yes.
Yes, you bought it for me. It's a very nice
bought it for
present.
you, yes. I remember, I was there.
Yes. That's the end of the episode. Cool. We shall see you then for the 15th or the 1st of, for the next video today. If not, we shall see you on the 1st of April for episode 3 of the Path to Glory.
Yes, we shall.
Where hopefully the Fat Boys can continue to try and take on Nathan Shadrock and all he holds against us.
Oh gosh, hit the camera with my own face.
That's fine. Let's wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, all those fancy things to get us in interaction. And hopefully then it means we'll bring more fights for people. But until then, it has been 0 days until your last nonsense. Bye.
Until your last nonsense.
I don't know, I'm tired. Leave me alone. Bye.
Bye.